our officials that we're going to let these guys motor around here a few times on the yellow, because if you take a real close look at the sun situation, the helio handicap, as we call it, is pretty bad at the moment. As they come out of turn 4, they're looking right into the sun. And unlike the situation you might see in your own street car, you might figure, well, you put some Henderson in the Albuquerque Camaro on the inside, Tim McCracken in the 28 car on the outside, then Olson and Standiford. And right about now, they'll think about picking up the pace a little bit, 2 by 2, usually right as they hit that post right there. They start to get on the gas. Henderson leads them around, and there's the green. The inside line to Henderson's got the advantage over McCracken, and Olson tries to pull right alongside him, and he does. As Henderson leads him through 3 and 4, Standiford will follow Olson through there, and look out, Steve Henderson with a major problem slowing way down the rest of the field. And Olson will lead lap number 1, and Steve Henderson shuts her down, and we'll see how this one's going to go. Looks like we are going to go with the yellow as they come back to the line, as we have Steve Henderson Camaro stalled on the front straightaway. And it's up through one of the turns, but that's not unusual for the tires to get a little out of shape. It's not always an indication that there's something wrong with the race car. Just we did actually finish 2 laps, so we will start lap number 3 this time around. You take a look at Rusty Olson's number 16. He's got that stuffed rooster stuffed toy on the roll cage. I wonder if anybody with a dry cleaning business would be willing to clean the rooster there. Boy, it's getting awful dirty this 1989 season. As Rusty brings it through 3 and 4. And there's the green. And nose to tail through 1 and 2. Standiford with fast time would like to make a move on Olson's star. They will show the white flag this time around. And Standiford comes right up on the bumper. He's going to try that inside line, and he's going for it. Standiford trying to squeeze by. They come very close, and Tim Standiford picks up first place. Olson back to second. McCracken satisfied in third. And they will show the checkered this time around. Checkered flag, Tim Standiford. Last of Olson and Tim McCracken. And Tim will pick up the trophy here along with a nice t-shirt to our Trophy Dash winner from First Racing Tires of Wendell, Oregon. Our beautiful Coastal Watermark pace car takes him down the back straightaway, and we can begin racing here. The next lap after they make this pass. Gary Standiford in the 5 car, Tim Estee in car number 4, Doug Culver in 87, and Jerry McCurtain in the 99 car. Pace car exits in turn number 2. Mentioned that Tim Estee made his first appearance ever just last Sunday night and really showed some of the veterans out here how to move around this racetrack, doing very well in competition for never ever done any circle track racing before. Out of turn 4, here they come. There's the green. And watch them into turn 1 and 2. These guys get real competitive out here. Estee goes way high, 3 abreast down the back straightaway, but McCurtain right in the middle of the sandwich, and he's not afraid to stay right with him as Standiford leads him around. Culver's got the inside line for second at the moment. Back to the line. And Esty and Standifer come together. And now McCurtain staying right in the middle of those three cars. These guys are doing some door banging. Down the back straightaway, Gary Standifer in the 5 car leads him around. McCurtain now showing some strength behind him. Culver has the inside line. Into lap number 3. And McCurtain is going to try and do it the hard way around the outside. Doug Culver would like to change things. He's looking on that inside line. He doesn't have the power. Down the back straightaway, McCurtain comes all the way from the back of the pack, picks up first place, and Culver will try the outside line on Standifer. One more time around, and McCurtain starts to pull away from the rest of the field. Culver is struggling now to try and pick up second place. He takes it right to the wall. Culver scraping that back straightaway wall, and he's in a real dogfight. McCurtain will easily pick up the checkered flag at the line. And second place, Gary Standifer hangs on for second, followed by Tim Esty and Doug Culver. And I'm beginning, think about it. Doug Culver finishing 4th in the trophy dash. Is that showing you how competitive these guys are starting to get? Jerry McCurtain. Well, now, Shannon said she didn't want to give a kiss to Tim Standifer. I wonder if Jerry's going to get a little smooch here. We'll see how this works out. I'll put the trophy on the ground. That's a good idea. Sure. Ninth or 10th year, I believe, in stock car racing. Tim McEwen gives him the sign one more time around. We'll turn him loose. Marcelli in the 25 car will lead them back to the line, and we'll try to get them 2 by 2, nice and tightly packed here to get the green for 4 laps of racing. Super Stock Trophy Dash. There's the green. And Marcelli leads him into turn 1. Hansen on the outside, trying to make that outside line work. That's a tough place to be as Olsen slips by into second, and Walker will try to follow him through. And Marcelli trying to hold that inside line, can't do it as Olsen just blows right by him into turn 1, and Walker will try to follow him through. Jim Walker on the move, and decides to back off and give Marcelli some running room. In the 17 car, putting some distance between the other qualifiers, coming back to the line one more time around. And Walker looking on the outside of Marcelli. That's a tough place to make a pass on the final lap. Now he goes to the inside. Checkered flag. Randy Olsen, Angelo Marcelli, Jim Walker, and Rob Hansen. Mentioning some of the experience of these drivers, I believe Randy is now in his 9th year of competition. He's run on some of the bigger tracks, the old Riverside Raceway, which is now defunct in Southern California, the road course racetrack. Rookie driver from Fieldbrook, Doug Way. Doug in the 84 Camaro. And even though it shows a 1 on there, you should score that red car in the back of the pack as car number 12, Doug Way. Now you can see the 12 as they go down the back straightaway, but the 2 is missing on the right side of the car. And lights are out. We should show a green this time around as Murray leads him through 3 and 4 side by side. Shuri on the outside. And there's the green. To get the feel of this race car and hopefully finish well in the main, trying to hang on to that position he has in the dash for the 89 track championship. Mark Murray immediately gets out in front. A couple on the 12 car. Looks like Doug Wade's going way down the back straight. back to the line. Shuri running second, followed by McGowan and Andrews. And now Doug Way is trying to get his car back underway. Looks like possibly gear problem. And we are going to show a yellow here as we figure out what the problem on the 12 car may be. And Doug is going to go ahead and pull it into the pit area and try and figure out. Looks like he may have been having a clutch problem or the car may have popped out of gear. And Tim McEwen says, let's get them bunched up here. We try to get them back almost bumper to bumper, single file on the restarts. And I believe we'll be looking for the beginning of lap number 3. And there's the green. Mark Murray in the Trans Am leads him around. Glenn Shuri in the Chevelle heads down the back straightaway. He's getting a little ground on Murray. Let's see if these guys kind of put on a show for us. Glenn would like to be able to finish well in the main event tonight, as he's been doing pretty well with the dash for the track team. Shuri says he will try that outside line, but he can't quite get the power and the handling to do it this time. But now he's starting to sneak up on the Trans Am. See if he can outbreak him a little bit. Nope, not this time. Now he's going to try and speed by the inside, and Murray takes his line back. Mark Murray trying to use up some racetrack and keep Shuri behind him. It looks like Glenn may actually have a faster car. As we are in lap number 6. The 23 car, Sean Andrews, very slowly down his front straightaway. Murray is over. Mark Murray slides it around. Nice piece of driving by Mark Murray, keeping it off the wall. And Murray was trying to get back to the inside line as Sean Andrews goes very slowly down the front straightaway. Yellow light is out as they come back to the line. Shuri will be the leader. And Andrews made his way into the infield. Boy, we're losing cars like mad out here. Just 3 cars left. Whoops, we're going to have 2 cars left. Car come from that I had to try and stay out of the way of. And Glenn says, that's okay. I'll take it any way I can get it. Now, wait a minute. What's Murray up to? He's decided he's going to pull out in front, but that's not the way the thing should go here, because I believe that Glenn beat him back to the line, and that's where they do score the cars. So Tim McEwen is going to go down and have a little session there, kind of showing where he should be. Mark says, okay, all right. Listen, you try and get everything you can out there, you know, if you can sneak up in front. Well, actually, with only 2 cars, it's kind of tough to sneak up in front. We had about 20 cars. You might try and sneak up on the guy in front of you, but 2 cars is kind of hard to do. Out of turn 4, and there's the green. Murray gets very close on the bumper of that Chevelle, but doesn't have the power yet to catch up with him. Glenn's car was handling very well before we went with the yellow, but Murray looks like he's got a handle on this one too as they come out of turn number 4. He tries to get that inside line. And they're not going to take this one easy. Look out, Murray and Shuri tangle together. Glenn keeps it going. Mark Murray loses ground. And out of turn 3 and 4, Glenn hanging on. It looks like we may show a warning flag on the 71 car. The damage on the right front of Mark Murray's car. Glenn Shuri is on the white flag one more time around. And out of turn 4, checkered flag, Glenn Shuri and Mark Murray. Electric Fortuna, 8th out, how to do it. Out of the car, Glenn Shirley. Wonder if maybe Dennis Del Biagio will decide to get back and run this car in the street stock competition after seeing it in the winter, so it's faster heat race for the street stock cars. Well, you know, most people come to the racetrack to watch the race or participate. They drive their vehicles or they ride with somebody else. Some people ride motorcycles. Tim Phillips, the driver of the 73 car, he rode his bicycle to the racetrack from Ferndale. True story. A little exercise there out of turn 4. There's the race. And just as we were talking about him, he squirts out in front in the Buick. Tim Phillips, car number 73, down the back straightaway. McCracken on the outside of Cortopassi pulls into second, and Henderson tries to follow him through. McCracken on the move in the Camaro will try to get sideline as Phillips takes it right to the wall. And McCracken squeezes by. Tim McCracken working that Camaro real well here tonight. We're into lap number 2, 10-lap heat race. Is going to try to make that number 1 Camaro work on the outside of Cortopassi Chevy, and so far it doesn't seem to want to do that. McCracken tries to lengthen out that lead as Tim Standifer and Rusty Olsen start to get into a battle. Phillips looks like he may be fighting a handling problem. The 73 car not qualifying nearly as well as he often does in that Buick Regal. Henderson going to the outside on Cortopassi. He might make it work this time as he goes right up along that back stretch wall into 3rd place. We come around for the start of lap number 6. McCracken in the 28 car lengthening out that lead as Standifer now works on Mike Cortopassi, trying to put that T-Bird into 4th place. And Mike is not giving up ground here tonight, holding that inside line. And McCracken once again down the back straightaway. A lonesome guy in the pit area. He comes to the racetrack by himself and pretty much fits the car on his own. The battle now for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place as Henderson in the 1 car trying to make a move on Tim Phillips and Tim Standifer trying to make a move on all those guys. White flag is out. 1 more time around. McCracken has got this one in the bag as he comes out of turn 4. Checkered flag. Tim Phillips hanging on for 2nd place. And Henderson, Standifer, Cortopassi, and Olsen. As Tim gets ready to climb on out of there. Out of the car, Tim McCracken. And let's give him a big rousing hand because he did win that main event last Sunday, but nobody knew he won it until everybody had gone home. So this is kind of his winner's circle for that main event as well. And we understand that Ron's... be ready to go next time around. Tim McEwen says, yep, let's get set to go racing. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 cars out there tonight. That's not a bad field. I think we officially had 11 cars at the racetrack last Sunday night for that event. This is the most economical way to go stock car racing, obviously, at Redwood Acres Raceway. Anywhere from, they figure you can build one of these cars from anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000, depending on what you can scrounge up and what you can find for yourself or borrow. And there's the green, a real slow start. Watch him down the front straightaway, out in front. Murray Armstrong says, hey, I'll take it. And the 43 car of Bob Bonney staying right there. Ray Middleton in the 52 car. Doug Fulmer tries the outside line. A real scramble. Bonney now slipping by on the inside of Middleton. And Randy Dean follows him through. 3 cars abreast through turn 4. McCurtain, the fast qualifier, is going to try and work his way up there. Look at this. There's Randy Dean trying to put a squeeze on the inside of Bob Bonney. Can't quite make it. And Holder, second fast qualifier, goes to the outside. And Murray Armstrong says, I'm just going to stay right up in front here as long as I can. And now a battle for every place from about third on back. Holder and McCurtain are side by side. Bob Bonney goes way wide. And now Jerry McCurtain, your fast qualifier, trying to move up and make the challenge. He goes to the outside. Randy Dean in the 3 car doesn't know where to go. And McCurtain gets by Murray Armstrong in lap number 4. And unless McCurtain has a problem, he'll start to put some distance between himself and the rest of these cars. As Doug Fulmer still in traffic. Our second fast qualifier, and now he goes to the inside. No, he doesn't. Murray Armstrong for Toyota Corolla. Randy Dean in the white-red number 3 Pitto trying to hold down second place unofficially. McCurtain turning a lap at about 20.84. That's pretty good race speed. Once again, Doug Fulmer, who usually can make that outside line work very good. Look out, he's going to take it right up against the wall. Randy Dean trying to use up that racetrack and keep some of the faster qualifiers behind him. Swinging way out there. Tim Esky in the 4 car is right with it. And meanwhile, McCurtain in the 99 car is using up as much time as possible to get some distance between himself and the rest of the field. And now Fulmer into second place. Tim Esky pulling into third. We're into lap number 8. And Fulmer in the 87 car does not have much time and much in the way of laps to catch up with McCurtain. Jerry McCurtain, Doug Fulmer, and Tim Esky. Randy Dean in 4th, and Murray Armstrong trying to hold on to 5th place with Gary Standifer moving right alongside him. Flat tire on Ray Middleton's number 52. White flag is out. And Middleton will try to lift into the pit area as the rest of the field swings around him. Moving through 3 and 4. Checkered flag. Jerry the Iceman McCurtain. Doug Fulmer. Tim Esky. Randy Dean and Gary Standifer. Nope, he's not going to make it. Right at the line. Standifer and Armstrong. Jerry says, I think I've seen this young lady here before. Trying to get position in front of the 76 Ford Pinto. Star Larry Bayless from Grants Pass. This time time we've had an Oregon race car visit with us in 1989. We have what you might call a modified inverted start. Walker with fast time, but the cars behind him either electing to start back there or the officials deciding that they were way too slow to start up front. And out of turn number 4, there's the green. Angelo Marcelli with the inside line. Rob Hansen with a little quicker qualifying time. Let's see how they handle it down the back straightaway. Hansen trying the outside. Marcelli stays right with him. Olsen waiting behind. As always, these cars fairly evenly matched, and now Hansen may have the advantage trying to fly by, and he does, picking up first place over Marcelli as they come back to the line. And now Olsen goes to the outside, Walker on the inside in the battle for second, third, and fourth place. Olsen out, breaking Marcelli will try to catch him down this front straightaway. And Olsen, moves into second place. Hansen starting to put some distance between the rest of the field. We're in lap number 4 at lap heat race. O'Neill in trouble in turn number 1. The rest of the field comes by. We'll see if O'Neill can get out of the way here, and he pulls back down as the yellow comes out. And the lead cars very wisely get on the binders at turn 1. A reminder, as always, in our competition at Redwood Acres Raceway, the cars are scored as they come back to the line on a yellow flag. So these cars will be under racing conditions until they get back to the start-finish line for position. And O'Neill getting in trouble into turn 1, keeping it off the wall. Bill has tagged that ball down there a time or two. Bill O'Neill in the 11 car running that number, the 11 on the car, in 1989, in memory of the late Bob Wright, who was quite a fan of racing out here. So Bill said he would honor Bob's memory by changing his car number for 1989. Hansen will have to give up a little bit of the lead he had built up, as Olsen will be starting right behind him, and we go back green. As they go down the back straightaway, bumper to bumper, and as they go through 3 and 4, on the gas, there's the green. And Hansen knows he's got a handful of race car behind him. Walker now on the inside of Marcelli into third place. And Olsen with second fast qualifying time. Take a move on the second. Into lap number 7. Walker would like to squeeze up in there too and get involved in this, but so far he's not been able to catch up with the cars. And Olsen right on the bumper of Hansen, but Robbie hangs on down the back straightaway. For it. Hansen on the outside, Olsen on the inside. Back to the line, one more time around. And Olsen and Hansen very close as Larkin was getting off the racetrack, and Robbie very wisely backing off. And through turn 3 and 4, checkered flag. Randy Olsen, Rob Hansen, Jim Walker, the year last year in our first year of Winston Racing Series competition on the asphalt. Randy won the first. Mark Murray in the 71 car, pole position. Interesting that Murray and Shuri in the 11th car put on quite a battle in that heat race earlier tonight when there were just 2 cars left. With the inverted start, those guys up front, we do have 3 cars in the back. McGowan, Andrews, and Doug Way, who were put to the back, even though there are some faster cars in front of them. And Murray and Shuri start to get on the gas through 3 and 4. There's the green. And look at that traffic jam through turn 1 and 2. So far, everybody hanging on. Shuri backs off quickly, and a bunch of cars split right on by McCracken, Olsen, and Shuri in the sandwich as Murray hits them back to the line. And Quarterbassy on the inside. Mike Quarterbassy picks up the lead in the 47 car. That steel-bodied Detroit car with a lot of competition as Phyllis and Henderson are already banging bumpers back to the line. And Olsen and Standifer with pretty quick qualifying times are making their way through this pack. Quarterbassy holding off those faster cars behind him. In the 73 car would like to see a good finish here tonight. If he can finish in the top cars, he could possibly hang on to that point lead. And now Standifer moving up the challenge. Tim Phillips in the Buick, obviously experiencing a problem, moving very slowly in turn 1 and 2. Quarterbassy still hanging on for the lead as Henderson and Standifer now. Should be in second place, a slower car in the middle of the track there for that. And the leaders make their way into turn 1 and 2. Mike Quarterbassy in the steel-bodied car against some guys with the fiberglass and lightweight aluminum bodies. Tend to be a little quicker. Look at those cars. And McGowan in the 22 car also with the problem. And now the top 6 cars starting to move away here as they are all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with Olsen now going on the outside of Standifer. And Quarterbassy has been here before, and he knows that if he can hold that inside line, everybody else is going to have to get him on the outside. And that can be tough to do. McCracken and Standifer touching bumpers. He's going to make it work for it. They're going to have to go on the outside. Leading lap number 9. And now Henderson says he's going to try it. He may try to outbreak him in turn 3 and 4. Nope, and we are showing the leaders coming back once again. Coming up with a little spot. Green flag lap ticking away. Plenty of racing time left. Lap number 10, and we're looking for 30 laps of racing. Top 6 cars. Hanging in there. Olsen in the 16 car was getting ready to make a move on McCracken. And as we mentioned, Quarterbassy knows that if he can keep that inside line, he's going to make those other guys work for it. Olsen and McCracken are right on each other. Tim Standifer is starting to get a little itchy here to make a move, and he slows down. Standifer losing a motor down the back straightaway. Tim Standifer obviously with major motor problems as we go yellow. And Quarterbassy hangs on back to the line, so he will continue as the leader. And Tim Standifer started slowing down out of turn 1 and 2, and there is an obvious motor problem for the Coors Light Silver Bullet. And we're going to take a guess that unless there's a miracle happening, he is out of action for tonight. On the yellow, move through the dust from the Portapassy leads him around. He will try to get a good jump on those guys. Right about now, he'll get on the gas as we go green flag racing. And very quickly, Steve Henderson says he's willing to try it on the outside again. And McCracken is right there looking to get on the inside. Rusty Olson in the 16 car. Those three Camaros all staying right together. Henderson, McCracken. And now McCracken manages to make his way up front. Picks up second place. Olson follows him through. Now McCracken challenging Portapassy on the outside. Mike is going to shoot it to that inside line. And Olson is going to try and squeeze by and use some of Portapassy's tactics here to stay on the inside line. And Tim Phillips in the 73 car back on the racetrack. He will be several laps down, but he'll get a chance to do some racing. And McCracken in the 28 car knows the only way he can get around Portapassy is quietly. Trying to outbrake Portapassy through the turn, and that's the tough way to do it. Now Henderson squeezing by the inside. He says he'll try that inside line. Stay right there. Wait for those boxing cars, but maybe have an offer. Lap number 18. And McCracken is getting alongside Portapassy's door. He may try to get him this time. Watch closely. Portapassy says, I'm going to stay right there. You're going to have to work for it. And McCracken may have it. Nope, he comes together. Portapassy gets in trouble. Henderson goes by on the inside. And finally, Jim McCracken breaks the stranglehold. And Mike Portapassy, look out, Henderson in trouble. Portapassy, Olson, all tangling in turn number 4. And we are going to show the red flag. And these guys are going to need to slow down with parts of race cars all over the racetrack. On with the 16 car of Olson, all coming together. And somebody over there in turn number 2 trying to pull some of the fiberglass off the front end of Olson's car. Kind of a question mark about the work that is being done on Olson's car right now with the red flag out. If he stays on the racetrack, ordinarily he would be able to keep his position. We'll see how they score this one. Showing lap 19 on the lap board. Red flag means that scoring would revert to the previous lap. We don't race back to the yellow or race back to the start-finish line when we show a red flag. And the red flag for the officials, 3 minutes. Well, McCracken in the 28 car made it through that problem. And we don't see the number 1 car, Steve Henderson, on the racetrack. He's the fellow that had the, I think, the right rear tire go down on the car. That may have been what caused his car to spin in turn 3 and 4. And Henderson makes it back out in the 1 car. Also involved in the problem down in turn 3 and 4, he will get his spot back in second place. And now I think we've got them just about the way they should be. Could be few everyone says one more time around, and we'll get set to go racing. As best we could tell from our vantage point here, that incident started when Henderson's car got out of shape, and we think that may have happened because he had a right rear tire go down. So bumper to bumper, here they go. Single file restart. Start of lap number 19 on the gas. And there's the green. And McCracken starts to lengthen out that lead. The rest of the pack very tightly bunched in 3 and 4. Tim Phillips trying to make some moves. Remember, Phillips is several laps down after being in the rear. And as best we can tell, the only cars that would be lapped down to the leader at this point, that's unofficial, would be the 73 car and the 23 car. Everybody else unofficially on the lead lap. And Tim Phillips' car very loose out there as he goes through turn 2, but he manages to hang on. He's been having a handling problem all night long. Car goes by, we hear that car making a little noise once in a while. I think it's just the aluminum on the front end dragging on the ground, and so far it doesn't look like it's a major problem, but we'll watch him as it comes back through. And McCracken in the 28 car is starting to lengthen out that lead. Remember, Cortopassi in the 47 car still hanging on to second place. Henderson in the 1 car would be third. McCracken making his way through traffic. Tim Phillips, several laps down, is involved with the lead cars. And Cortopassi in the 47 car says, I'm just going to stay right where I am. If you want to get around me, you're going to have to work for it. The 16 car comes off on the front straightaway, the whole front wrap coming off the car. And McCracken's in trouble. Tim McCracken slowing down. And we will have a race back to the start-finish line as the yellow comes out. Mike Cortopassi got the lead. So the yellow initially coming out for some of the sheet metal coming off of the 16 car, and then Tim McCracken in the 28 car started slowing down, coming out of turn 1 and 2. 16 car would be on the lead lap. The 1 car would be on the lead lap, along with the Shuri car, number 11, and number 71. Sean Andrews has had some problems. He's several laps down. So, of the cars on the racetrack right now, and as always, this is unofficial, all the cars on the racetrack are on the lead lap except for car 73 and car 23. Everybody else is on the lead lap and in their proper position. And Andrews in the 23 car stopping for this time around. Mike Cortopassi leads them back to the line. There's the green. And Mike very wisely hugging that inside line, and they're going to make the rest of the guys work hard if they're going to get any progress on it. And scheduled for 30 laps, so we don't have too far to go before this one's over. Tim Phillips trying to unlap himself. Remember, he is lapped down to the leader. Forecast, he may not realize that, so he's going to try to keep everybody that he possibly can behind him. In the lap number 28. And we'll be looking for Olsen slipping by on the inside. Nope, he can't do it. Rusty Olsen trying to pick up that lead. He'd like to get a main event win. And now he's trying that inside line again. In the lap number 29, and Quarterpassi trying to make that Chevrolet just as wide as he possibly can. Once again, Rusty on the inside. Nope, he can't get it. And now Quarterpassi is going to come together. And back to the line. Yellow flag is out, and a tough break for Mike Quarterpassi. Look at the whole front end of his car is all torn up. And the yellow flag is out as we came back for the completion of lap number 29. And let's see what comes from the flag stand and the 73 car. There's the black flag, the consultation flag on the 73 car. And Phyllis, if he obeys the flag, will be heading into the pit area, and he decides he's going to wait for one more time around. And we're going to check and see how this one is going to be scored. Displaying the checkered flag. The question mark is, who's the winner of the race? Cars racing back to the yellow line. The 16 car got back there. Quarterpassi didn't make it back. And the winner of the race is going to be the 16 car, Rusty Olsen. And car number 16, sponsored by K&M Glass, Napix Auto Electric, and RAO Construction. The 1981 IROC Camaro, and Rusty, the victim of that earlier problem in 3 and 4 when Henderson got out of shape. And the sheet metal on that car is heavily damaged. You can still hear the aluminum dragging on the front end. And Quarterpassi in the 47 car, the big victim of this final go-round. Let's give him a big round of applause. Mike in the 47 car, just doing what you're supposed to do and trying to stay out in front. And Phyllis in the 73 car made some contact with Mike as they came out of that final turn. And Tim Phyllis did get the consultation flag. Says, okay, let's bring it around here one more time, and we'll go racing. 20 laps of racing, our mini-stock main event. Ron Day in the 11 car, pole position, inverted start with faster qualifiers in the back. And the 52 car, Ray Middleton, 43 Bob Bonney. And Murray Armstrong in the 8 car. Right about now is generally where they start to get moving. Let's watch them out of 3 and 4. And watch them closely. There's the green, and watch them down this front straightaway. Everybody rushing back through here. And the traffic jam in turn manages to hang on. Murray Armstrong in the Toyota says, I'm going to get out here and just try and get as much distance as I can between myself and those faster cars. Try and get over at McCurtain to stay back there someplace. Randy Dean in the red Fortito. Now in second. Look at that 4 abreast through turn 2. Don't say these guys don't go for it. And Dean hanging on for second place. Gary Standifer in the 5 car, holding down third, with Tim Esty running fourth. And now Gary Standifer is going to try to make that outside line work. Nope, no, he's going to swing down on the inside of Randy Dean's car. The Iceman and the Pulverizer running door to door as the 87 car swinging out wide, trying to make that line work. First and second are secure, but the battle for third and fourth on back as Tim Esty and Gary Standifer are just kind of waving at each other as they go side by side. Now again, Standifer is going to chase a little bit, and the car is trying to move by on the inside. And now the lead cars are starting to gain some ground on Murray Armstrong. He's managing to keep some distance between himself, and now he's starting to get these guys right on the cover. And Tim Esty says, I'm going to try that outside line. You guys go ahead and stay back there. I'm going to go out there, sure. Tim Esty in the 4 car goes right to the front. Rookie driver, only his second night of competition, and he's ready to go racing. Randy Dean swings way wide out of turn number 4, and stays out of trouble. And for the moment, we stay green as Dean tries to get back underway. And now the Iceman coming. Let's see how McCurtain is going to handle this young driver in the 4 car. Gary McCurtain goes on the inside. Tim Esty tries to keep that inside line. Gives him some running room, but he's staying right with him. And now, look out. Esty in the 4 car takes a heavy hit into turn number 2. And a red flag is out. That's one of the harder slams we've seen in competition. Already the radiator goes up. And we can see Tim moving around in the car as they are working on the safety net. And Tim Esty just plain got out of shape as he was trying to hang on for that lead and took a pretty good shot into the turn 2 outside retaining wall. If you have a good set of eyes or got binoculars with you, you can see that the radiator went up very quickly and has dumped water all over this racetrack. There's Tim out of the car. He's okay. No problem with the driver, but he knows that he's got a heavily damaged race car. In fact, he just gave it a kick. Our next event coming up a week from tonight, he's going to have to work pretty hard to get this car back in shape. There is heavy front-end damage on that car. The radiator just came apart as soon as he made contact. But once again, a testimony to the safety of these cars. Sarr took a pretty good shot, but Tim just quickly got out of the car, probably pretty frustrated with himself and the race car. And as we have seen the second red flag of the night coming out, lap number 8 of our mini stock main event. And it's going to be a moment or two before they can get this car on the hook. And they're going to have to spend some time with the dry sweep over there to take care of all the water that's running second and third. Bob Bonney in the 43 car, the only Chevrolet in the field. And now the turn number 4, there's the green. And we'll been the way they've run this race before. They're the fastest qualifiers. And we can probably guess it's going to be a real two-car battle, and these guys stay right together. And now Gary Sandifer is making a move on the outside of Murray Armstrong. They are door-to-door. Armstrong trying to hang in there for third place using that inside line. He's going to make Sandifer work for it. And Doug Culver right on the bumper of Jerry McCurtain as they come back to the line running on number 10. McCurtain trying to get some distance between himself and Culver, but Doug Culver works very well through the turn. McCurtain has a little stronger motor down the straightaway. So watch as Culver will come up right on his bumper, and then McCurtain will start to pull away as they go down the back straightaway. And now a three-car battle for third, fourth, and fifth place. Randy Dean now working on the inside of Gary Sandifer. Dean goes to the inside of Armstrong and makes his way into third place. Gary Sandifer says, hey, wait a minute, that was going to be my slot. And our top two cars unofficially are turning laps just about at track record speed, so these guys are not backing off at all. In fact, we will see the leaders catch up with the rest of the pack before this one's over. Doug Culver trying to make a move on McCurtain and can't find his way around it. And in fact, within the next lap, the leaders will be approaching some of the slower cars. Bonnie and Ron Day in the 11th car. Middleton in the 52 car. Here comes the leaders. McCurtain swings way on the inside of Middleton's number 52. And Ron Day is having his own little challenge with Bob Bonnie, and he looks like the leaders are going to have to take the long way around. Here they come, working on traffic. And McCurtain and Culver successfully negotiate those cars, and they now have lapped the entire, well, not quite the entire field, but pretty close, as they've gotten around 3 of the cars on the racetrack. Lap number 16 underway. And your third place car is way down at this end of the racetrack. Randy Dean in the 3 car, holding on to third, followed by Gary Sandifer and Murray Armstrong. And now Doug Culver once again trying on the inside. Can't quite make a move on it. And Jerry McCurtain's car does not sound real good when he backs off into the turns. Now, whether that's a problem developing or whether he's going to be able to keep it going, we'll watch and see. This time Culver gets on the inside. And McCurtain lets it go. McCurtain may be having an engine problem. He's really been making a lot of engine noise as he went into turn number 1 and 2, but he's staying with Culver, and now he starts to slow down a little bit, and now he starts to pick up again. And there's the white flag one more time around. Doug Culver makes it look easy as he cruises through turn 3 and 4, and checkered flag, Doug Culver. McCurtain will hang on for second place, and way back there, looks like the 5 car, Sandifer, is going to be your third place car as some of the lap cars come by. Gary Sandifer will finish third, and Randy Dean and Murray Armstrong, along with the rest of the field, Ron Day and Bob Bonnie and Ray Middleton. We mentioned that Doug has done some road racing. This particular car, though, was built for this racetrack. It was not raced in 71 tires on the road. Walker, row number 2. Normally we have a completely inverted start. O'Neill in 11th, Bayless in 66, and Martin in double zero car were considerably slower in event qualifying problems. There are problems on the car, so they will be starting behind the faster cars, Olsen and Walker. And through turn 3 and 4, side by side, we'll look to see if we get a start this time around. And we will. That's for sure. And what we do for safety's sake is we give them the green flag, but then we turn on the yellow. We will have a complete restart. So as they come back to the line, you don't want to. And once again, Marcelli and Hansen side by side. We'll look again for them to speed up through 3 and 4. And there's the green. Rob Hansen very quickly getting out in front. Walker takes the high line on Marcelli. And Jim Walker's slipping into second place. Randy Olsen tries to follow it through. And Olsen moves into third. Won a trophy dash and he's won a heat race, but he is looking for his first ever main event win. He'd like to do it tonight. Top 3 cars, the top 3 qualifiers starting to break away from the rest of the field. And these guys have all run together now. A battle for 4th place between Marcelli and O'Neill. O'Neill once again has a little problem in turn 1, but manages to hang on. And the double zero car, Bob Duncan, the rest of the field slips by him as he goes into turn 1 and 2. And Rob Hansen knows he's got a handful of fast qualifiers behind him and a lot more experience. Rob in only his second year on the asphalt. Jim Walker with many years of asphalt racing, and Olsen running about the last 8 or 9 years on asphalt tracks. Lots of racing time left, scheduled for 40 laps, and Randy Olsen takes a look on the outside and realizes there just isn't any racing line that's working at the moment. Basically, these 3 cars will probably just try to stay nose to tail and wait for somebody to make a mistake. Marcelli in the 25 car, hanging on for 4th place, keeping Bill O'Neill number 11 behind him. And now, Olsen on the inside of Walker as Jim Walker takes it right up to the wall. And Olsen very cleanly picks up second place. Lap number 12, Walker. What a treat. They went by me like I wasn't standing still. Marcelli in the 25 car, holding on for fourth place. And O'Neill gets by him, so Bill O'Neill with the 11 car now in fourth. And also this car is on the inside. Manson's car, and Walker Price will follow him too. We still have plenty of racing time left as we start lap number 20. to the field, and looks like Hanson in the 71 car still runs in third. Okay, we will be starting we'll be starting lap number 39, and we'll have 2 laps to go. So if everything goes the way it should here, we'll see the green for 1 lap, then we'll show a white flag and a checkered flag unless something happens in the interim. So 2 laps to go for Olson, Walker, and the third place car at the moment, Rob Hanson. And here we go, out of turn 3 and 4, there's the green. Lap 39 underway. And Olson very quickly puts some distance between himself and Jim Walker, and white flag is out 1 more time around. Down the back straightaway, looking to make it 2 in a row through turn 3 and 4. Checkered flag, Randy Olson, Jim Walker, Rob Hanson. Randy Olson. And a reminder once again, if you're planning on making your way over to take a look at these race cars after we have completed our